Hey everybody, we are back with another episode of the Hawkcast. My guests today are Mr. Cummings and Mr. Czeck is making a return appearance. The plan today was to talk about basketball as Mr. Cummings is the head coach of our 9th grade girls basketball team. However, we never quite made it to that. And you'll see why. I think it's still kind of a fun episode. We had a lot of fun recording it and talking about some of the random things that we did. So with that, here is the episode. All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Hawkcast here. I got a couple guests for us today. We're going to answer some pretty fun, ridiculous questions to begin, and then we're going to talk about basketball here. So my guests today, Mr. Czeck and Mr. Cummings. Here we go. Here's our first question. Would you rather have unlimited international first-class tickets or never have to pay for food at restaurants?
Never have to pay for food at restaurants. Final answer.
I'm with you there. Definitely never have to pay for food at restaurants.
Think about...
You guys are killing me here.
Well, think about the travel aspect. You've ever traveled internationally? It's not great.
It's okay.
Customs? Not fun.
Well, mine were doing pretty well.
Where did you travel? UK?
Correct. Well, Germany, UK, Iceland.
Imagine traveling to, Mexico.
Yeah, it could be a problem.
Like a third world country.
We call them developing countries now. Third world is not a thing.
Excuse my French.
I hear that Mexico is lovely this time of year.
I would also agree with that. Although this is a weird winter right now, with it being 48 degrees outside.
True. And also just with this whole pandemic going on, that's also where you had me at food, because I don't think that they'd let me travel even if I could do it unlimitedly right now.
That's true. I didn't even think about that.
That's a good point.
To be honest, when you said unlimited food, I thought, how much Chipotle can be free?
I was once kicked out of an all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet once.
That's impressive. That's unbelievably impressive.
Actually. It was just me and a friend, and they told us that we had to go home. And I was just, why? And here we are now.
That's amazing. I think I do have to agree with you guys, though. Because as much as I would love unlimited first-class international tickets so I can go visit all the places in the world all the time, realistically, when do I have the time to do that, first of all?
I mean, you do have 3 months off in the summer, but...
Yeah, I get 3 months off in the summer, but also, do I make enough money to travel internationally? Sure, I get the free plane ticket, but now I have to stay in hotels. I'm going to be buying something. I'm going to be going places.
And then you have to think about, you have a daughter.
Also true, which prohibits me probably from doing things that I really want to do in the countries.
And think about, it says you have free travel. You're going to go by yourself?
That's a good point. I can't leave my wife alone for 3 months with my daughter. She'd kill me.
You would be dead.
Yep.
You'd be a fugitive.
Or something. Something not great. But I eat a lot. Normally.
I think everybody in this room does.
Yes, exactly. And never having to pay for food means I never have to cook food because I'm going out for every single meal.
I would be severely obese, though, is just the thing.
That's...
R.I.P.
Yep. That's the problem.
Hey, gotta go out of this world the same way you came in.
Happy. It's true. I don't know if my... It's all good. Yep.
All right.
Cool. Yeah, well, I guess, we're all in agreement. Man, the first class tickets to international, it seems like such a great deal, but realistically, practically speaking,
well,
the food is
adjusted it a little bit. If it was family, if it was direct flights.
And expenses paid there, maybe?
Crazy.
That would be, that's too much.
But I am also pretty interested in domestic travel.
Also true.
There's 50 states that I would like to go to, not including the one I'm in. So 49.
And to be honest, I just hate traveling in general. Anything that's an hour or longer, just not for me. I'm from Grand Forks, and that is the worst drive known to man. Is that 72 miles from Fargo to Grand Forks? It's really tough, honestly.
It's not great.
Not much to see.
But
so you wouldn't want to come snowboarding with me when I drive 16 hours every year in the wintertime, straight through it one night.
Oh my Atlanta. Yeah. I don't think I could handle that.
It's great.
Have you ever been on an airplane?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
What's the longest plane ride you ever been on?
3 hours.
Oh.
Actually, I lied. 6.
All right, got it.
It's a big difference, but...
It is.
I doubled it.
Times 2.
Yeah, oops, my bad. I was trying to think of all the places I've been. Like I said, Mexico's lovely this time of year. That was about the time that I went.
Never been. That would be...
I'm going to Dominican in April.
Nice.
I'll let you know what it's like.
It's pretty sweet.
I'm sure.
I do have plans to go to Australia this summer, though.
Whoa.
If
Australia.
possible.
Do you know how long that plane ride is?
Yeah, that's
It's like
a long
18
plane.
hours.
Yeah, that's a long plane ride.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun. And I don't do well in hour-long car rides. I'm interested to see how this 18-hour-long flight goes.
Just pace the aisle, and people will start losing their minds.
I'm a big fan of getting my 10,000 steps, so I might.
Well, you're also like, what, 6'3"?
I am, yes.
So, there's not a whole lot of legroom. I hope you fly first class.
That's the thing, is that every flight, the thing is I've only been on like 6 flights total. I've actually had that aisle that's right next to that exit. You know what I mean? The one where they kick the door open. And so I've actually been lucky. I don't know why, but it's just been every flight I've ever been on, I've had that spot.
You gotta get it. Or you gotta get the first seat in coach before it gets to first class.
Yeah, that's actually called economy comfort now.
Is it?
And it's an upgrade.
That's a problem.
Is it just one spot? Is that all it is?
It's like the 3 rows that are right behind first class, so you don't have a drop down tray that comes out of your seat side. But it is probably worth it.
Yes.
Probably for the person as tall as you. For sure.
I would pay the upgrade. About being comfy, especially for an 18-hour flight.
Yep, you got to. All right. Good job. We did food. It's much more practical. Useful.
We could talk about the things that we'd eat for the next 45 minutes, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
I got you. Chipotle.
I'm more of a Qdoba guy.
You're the worst person.
Oh,
I love Qdoba, but Chipotle's better. All right, next one. Would you rather be able to dodge anything, no matter how fast it's moving, or be able to ask any 3 questions and have them answered accurately?
One seems more practical.
One seems way more practical.
And the other one seems more rewarding. And I'll let you decide which ones those are.
I mean, we have to also kind of look at our professions, too, because I feel like you teach Phi-Ed. Being able to dodge anything? Oh, absolutely. I would take that in Phi-Ed. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Could maybe go professional and play dodgeball. Join the
I'm
average
thinking
Joes,
bigger
maybe
picture.
even the Global Gym
Why
Cobras.
not the NFL?
What do you dodge?
Doesn't matter.
People?
If I can run, if I run a 6'5" 40, but I can dodge anything, no one can tackle me.
That's true. I was thinking defensively, but I guess kick return, punt return.
Doesn't matter how slow I am. Nobody can tackle me.
Make a living for sure.
And I'm actually a little nervous about asking someone a question and them answering 100% accurately because I don't want to know all the answers. Like
to everything.
Maybe I don't ask the question correctly. If you word something incorrectly,
it's true.
You're getting an answer to something you probably don't want to hear.
And to be honest, I mean, life is good with a little bit of mystery in it.
It's true.
I mean,
there's a reason why ignorance is bliss.
There's times where I don't answer questions completely honest, or I shouldn't say that, but I don't tell the entire truth. And I think that's definitely the safe route. That way you don't hurt people's feelings.
That's a good point.
Well, I think storytelling, Cummings, if he didn't start a story at the end and then work his way back to the front, it wouldn't be as cool.
It's also true.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that it's a good idea.
I have about 3 good stories, and all of them start the same, like a Tarantino movie. I tell you the ending, and then I go back to the beginning and tell you how I got there.
It's great. So, it's a great way to do it. Now, as I'm reading this question, literally, you get 3 questions, period. Now, that would torment me. What 3 questions do I get to ask?
Oh, 3 questions?
Period.
Your whole life, like a genie in a bottle?
Yeah. So, then, in that aspect, I think you have to dodge anything no matter what. But maybe you get 3 questions a week or 3 questions a day or something like that. Then, I think I have to do questions because I like learning a lot. And I like knowing things.
Everything I've learned about Aladdin is that genies are mischievous, and if you don't ask the right 3 questions, it's going to be a
problem.
Bad deal.
Yep, big problem. That's why.
That's the whole thing with rules too. I mean, even Genie had rules. He can't bring anybody back from the dead, and then there were other ones, but don't really care. But
not a big deal. Ask Will Smith. He knows.
He knows everything. He would know the question. He would know the answers to all the questions. Will Smith. Got to get him on the podcast someday.
I think if you were a journalist, the 3-question thing would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because what if you could ask the same question of the 3 to different people? Because that's also kind of like a genie type response. You can only ask 3 questions, but I can ask the same question once and then ask it over and over and over because it's still the same question.
Good point.
Can you imagine this podcast but then just different people coming in, and he had to ask the same 3 questions every time.
Oh.
That could be interesting depending on who the guests are.
Yeah,
it's also true.
And the questions are.
They would have to be really good
Maddie
questions.
McConaughey, could have Obama, could have, I don't know, Mr. Czeck, Mr. Cummings.
Yeah.
The 3 questions could be, it could be good.
I think those 4 people, shot out of a cannon. I think any of them would get high attendance ratings.
I'd say so. I don't know why, but I just feel like me and Barack Obama would be good old friends.
I could see that. You guys have similar lifestyles.
I live in a big White House.
All right. That makes one of you.
Actually, I'd probably be better friends with Matthew McConaughey. I don't know.
All right.
He seems like an interesting dude.
He definitely drives a Lincoln. So.
That's absolutely true.
He just had a new book come out, too.
Yep.
I heard it's great, but I'm just waiting for the movie.
That's fair.
More of a movie kind of person.
Oh. That's like my most favorite Matthew McConaughey scene.
I don't know what that's in.
All right.
What? Wolf of Wall Street? Never seen it?
Nope, never.
It's hilarious.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I should probably watch that.
Definitely not okay for a PG-13 podcast. But
don't watch that.
Don't watch that.
But Mr.
They've told me what they watched, and I'm already blown away. What like my 7th and 8th graders
I'm
watched.
sure they've seen it. I'm pretty sure there are students in the school that have said that's my favorite movie.
Probably.
What? Some people try to tell me that that's like his best movie.
Like Matthew McConaughey?
No, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh,
like,
okay.
That's his best movie. I said,
no.
What?
You seen Titanic?
Have you seen Catch Me If You Can?
Catch Me If You Can is great.
That's a good one.
It's great.
I'm a big Shutter Island guy.
Ooh,
Never seen.
Great movie.
Never seen it. I don't. It scared me. I hate horror
it
movies.
It would scare you. It's a thriller.
Yeah, I don't like scary movies at all.
It's not like a jump you out kind, jump out.
It's a psychological kind of weird one, but I'd still get freaked out.
You think in the end. Well, then there's Inception.
Inception's great. I love
it. It's a dream within a dream.
Dreidel still spinning?
I have no idea.
I don't.
Is he lost forever? Maybe.
Which reality was real? Did he actually kill his wife?
Honestly, if you need to help understanding Inception, just watch the South Park episode where they talk about it, and it helps a lot. It's a dream within a dream within a dream.
It's a whole movie.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
I know what I'm watching tonight now.
South Park Inception?
How'd you know?
I put that in your brain, actually.
You thought that this was real, but it's all a simulation.
Sorry.
I just don't care for how they bring Freddy Krueger into the end. That's where I was like, okay, this is we'll decide.
That's when they lost me.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's fair. All right. What would be your walkout song if you played professional baseball?
That's really tough because there's a lot of songs I can think of that would be good.
Yes.
But I don't know, I'm thinking, the perfect scenario.
Yep.
It could be Game 7 of the World Series. I don't know. There could be 40,000 screaming fans. And if you pick the wrong song, you might as well just get struck out. Struck out. I don't know.
I'm just thinking of classic, "We Will Rock You." That's I feel like that's a very common one, but
could be.
The one that's just standing out to me right now is "Hips Don't Lie" by Shakira.
Ooh,
I feel like if you're a baseball player and batting, I feel like hips are a big play. You know what I mean? That's a big part of it. So hips don't lie.
Well, I'm a big fan of Latin music too.
Okay.
So
your hips don't lie.
My hips have never lied.
I don't know, but I think I would go with Icky Thump.
By the White Stripes?
By the White Stripes.
Nice. That'd be a good song.
I love that guitar riff.
Yeah.
It would be amazing.
But you have to remember, a walkout song is 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's a problem. I've timed it. If I get 20 seconds, I get it.
Well, see, Mr. K is going to walk out there, and he's going to I got to tie my shoes.
Yeah, I forgot.
Forgot my batting gloves.
Got to spit on him. He's going to, fix his helmet 3 times.
Yeah, and then we're good to go.
I might throw a curveball out there. I don't know if you guys...
No pun intended.
Gotcha. If you're big bass hunter guys, bass hunter Bota Ana.
It's fair.
It's I could play a little clip for you if you want to hear it tomorrow. It's kind of maybe like an EDM theme, maybe techno type.
Oh yeah.
and it would without a doubt get the crowd going.
That's what you
and
need.
You're already in the catcher's head because that's where you want to be.
Yeah,
catcher can't call out the right pitch. I'm hitting those four seams all day. Yard.
Gone.
Toast.
There you go.
Definitely think you knocked it out of the park there.
Touch them all, Kirby Bucket.
Let's go around the horn here one more time. No.
One more time with the puns. Oh wait, I get it. Around the horn. I'm not a baseball guy, so I just figured that one out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not a baseball guy.
Mr. Cummings plays right field.
Definitely.
In the MLB, that most batters are left-handed, so that's kind of where they get sent.
All right.
That's fair.
I just made that up.
I was like,
I don't know.
You really
I know
could.
nothing
You said that
about
with enough
baseball,
confidence.
so.
I would not have questioned it because I do not watch baseball. But I do know they walk out to songs. I think it's the coolest thing ever.
I would say that's more of like a high school, college thing than an MLB thing.
What, walking out to music?
Especially like a song that you pick.
Well, the first one time I ever heard it was at a Twins game.
When was that? 2002?
09?
09? Yeah, good year.
Something like that.
Yeah, but it's mostly like like they do a lot of things like the organ noises now, and they do a lot of like.
Oh.
It's not always a player's choice.
Gotcha. Red Hawks definitely is.
Yep.
That's what I want.
Crowd going.
Fine.
That's what you need.
On the Red Hawks, and then I want to walk out to the
There was, in college, I went and watched the baseball team quite a bit just because there wasn't much to do. And the seniors, they got to pick the walkout songs for the freshmen.
Yeah.
And so it was a lot of Barbie Girl.
That's
or
hilarious.
Baby Got Back. A lot of those ones are what the freshmen would walk out to. So
that'd be great.
That's pretty cool. That's a good old fashioned like team camaraderie type thing.
We need some.
It's good like hazing tradition, absolutely.
Yeah. Mild.
Hazing.
Good mild hazing.
Stay humble, everyone. Last one here. If you could be in any fictional universe, what universe would you choose? This is super tough.
There's a lot of fictional universes.
It's
I
too
think
many.
I would have to go with Rick and Morty. Because
Don't they have a bunch of parallel universes in it too?
yeah, well, everything is just made up, and it's all.
It's like whose line is
all
it?
game, yeah.
Everything's made up. Points don't matter. It's fair.
But it just seems like they have a good time. Definitely not a Rick. Maybe more of a Morty.
Yeah.
But they always seem to just do things that are interesting, and I think people would be like, "Wow, this is creative.
It's fair.
This is happening to me."
I like it. I always like that show where it's, I don't know, it's kind of similar writing The Family Guy, where the first 5 minutes have nothing to do with the rest of the episode. You know?
Yeah.
It's just kind of, it's a lot like how I tell my stories. You tell them the end, bring them to the beginning, and then it's like, how'd that happen? I don't know. For me, there's just so many that I can think of. Like you said, there's like ones that are just jumping out at me. There's Star Wars. We talked about Game of Thrones earlier.
Yeah.
But the one that I kind of like is, I'd say it'd probably be the Harry Potter universe, to be honest.
Oh.
Just because.
Here it would be great. I've never read any of the books. I've seen the first movie and the very last one.
First movie and the very last one. There's quite a difference between the two.
Yes, there's a lot.
Interesting. But I like it. There's dragons, there's magic, there's a lot of things going on, and just, we'd kind of talked about this. It's just, I wonder where I would be in that universe. You know what I mean? It's where would I be high or low on the totem pole? Would I might die a gruesome death right away. Who knows?
I want to know what house you're going to be in.
I have taken the test, and it turns out that I belong in the Slytherin house.
Whoa, hard take.
Which, I mean,
They're the best.
kind of like, I'm blonde like Malfoy. I think that might work out. I just, the only thing is they all think that they're better than everyone else, and that's where I really related to that. No, I'm just kidding.
that's what it really.
Why I knew I was born to be a Slytherin.
Yeah.
I mean, spoiler alert, but isn't like Professor Snape like the hero of everything?
Well, he
Turns
plays
out.
a role.
It's fair.
Harry Potter could have been a Slytherin. He could have been.
The Sorting Hat said he would have done great things there.
Yeah. So he kind of chose in the Sorting Hat, like, decided like I'm gonna agree with you because you're choosing that path.
That's fair.
You didn't want to be like Voldemort, even though he could have. Sorry, I said his name. R.I.P.
He who shall not be.
Yeah, he who shall not be. I know a little tiny bit about Harry Potter.
That's what I would like to know. What house would I be in? Because like even though I'd want to be in Gryffindor, like 90% of the United States, would I be in Ravenclaw? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I definitely know I wouldn't be in Hufflepuff.
You always tell me that's what I would be in.
I think so. But it's not a bad thing.
I just don't know.
That's not me.
That to me would be another good podcast where we just talk like Harry Potter, the houses. Like we get Ms. Navratna up here. Like she's a big Harry Potter.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We can maybe do that.
I think it's a good place to start, if any.
I don't know what a fictional universe. Obviously, if I get to be a Jedi, Star Wars immediately. It's like one of my things that I've always wanted to do is just have a lightsaber.
Well, what about a Skywalker?
I don't want to be a Skywalker.
I see.
I would want to be.
You don't know about Harry Potter. I know that amount about Star Wars.
I would want to be in the Old Republic timeline.
That's a good video game.
It's a great video game.
A lot of Jedis.
Lots of Jedi. Lots of Sith.
So your chance of becoming a Jedi is definitely higher there.
Much higher than in the current series.
Well, how often would you get killed by Darth Maul?
Never, because he's technically not in the Old Republic.
No idea. All I know is he has two-headed lightsaber.
Yeah, he's got double. And it's amazing.
Sweet.
When I watched that movie when I was a child, mind exploded. One lightsaber, and then the one comes out the other side of the hilt. I was like, you guys are done. It's over. You can't beat that. You can't.
See,
did they beat that, though? I don't know.
They did beat that, but because he was kind of being arrogant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he thought it was done. But the thing is, for our listeners out there, I think that we need to definitely stress, like, you need to watch them in the order that they came out in. You can't watch them in chronological order because me as a kid, you just said when you saw episode number 1 as a kid, I was a kid when I saw it too. Like, I'm not going to lie. 4, 5, and 6, definitely, like, with just the advancements in technology, like, it's just not the same, And then 1, 2, 3 was fantastic, love it, and like new stuff now, just with special effects, like great movies.
Good.
Could they remake 4, 5, and 6?
That was going to be kind of what I said next. Is if there's ever a series, like I feel like there's a lot of superhero movies that get remade. Like there's so many Batmans, there's so many
Spider-Mans are there.
Yeah. How many Spider-Mans are there? Like they remake those movies or they kind of reboot it all the time. I think that if Star Wars were to get remade, I would want them to kind of go right to 4, 5, and 6.
That's fair.
Who would you want? George Toyboy Lucas or Cameron? James Cameron. Who's gonna?
Christopher Nolan. I want the Dark Knight version of Star Wars.
Another hot take. We should have hot takes on this.
Just hot take. Yeah, hot take, guys. That's what we'll do. Yeah, I would want the Christopher Nolan version of the Star Wars universe. Give that to me. Or the complete opposite, the Taika Waititi version.
I don't know what you just said.
But
have you seen Thor Ragnarok?
Yep.
Yeah, that's Taika Waititi.
The
that's the director.
Oh.
And he's Korg, the Rock.
He voices
the Rock guy. Yeah, he voices Korg.
His name is what?
Taika Waititi.
Taika
Waititi. Yes, that guy.
Sweet, I'm going to have to put him on my Google device.
Yep.
See what he looks like.
He's a cool guy. I would like to see that version of Star Wars too. Because I thought Ragnarok was like the best Marvel movie.
You think that was the best?
It's top 2.
Thor Ragnarok? I
yes.
think that has like one of the lowest.
Probably does, but I love it.
Scores and
top 3, I should say. Because Winter Soldier's up there.
Again, that's another hot take. Those are like the entrails of all like the storylines where people are like,
I thought Winter Soldier was great. I thought Ragnarok was great. Infinity War, I think, is my favorite.
See, that's more common.
It is more common.
But I also don't agree with it.
It's fair.
I feel like you kind of like to go against the grain a little bit, where it's like, what's your favorite color Power Ranger? A lot of people are going to say red. The girls are going to say pink. You're probably like, I like the Blue Ranger.
You're correct.
Somebody that nobody thinks of.
The gray.
The blue one.
The blue one. And then it's like, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
I like the White Ranger.
White Ranger. It's fair.
From the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought he was the Green Ranger, then he became the White Ranger.
Yeah, that's how it happened.
Something like that. Yeah, that's fair. He was always.
I feel like also if we were like, who's your favorite superhero? Like I might say Batman. Mr. Czeck might say Superman. You would probably say like the Martian Manhunter. I don't know. Somebody that nobody's nobody's ever heard.
No,
of.
it would definitely be Wolverine.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I can see it.
I would
100%.
like to say Wolverine.
Beards are
but
similar.
I can't say the metal that's in his
Adamantium.
See, I can't say that.
I would definitely be Wolverine. And if I could have any superpower, it would be Wolverine.
Is that even a superpower?
Yeah, healing.
Healing
Yeah.
part? So pick something better like Superman.
I get it.
Who has that plus
I get it.
a million other things.
Exactly. Yeah. I understand that. But
you're gonna kill your wife in your sleep?
No.
That's all I know.
I think
that's all you know about him.
Is that? It's definitely an accident, but I just don't want that to happen.
No, I just have. I still, if I was gonna ever be a superhero, I still feel like I need to feel pain, or else I'm gonna go crazy. And Wolverine can definitely feel pain.
Okay.
Like I don't want to get too much in my head and get too egotistical and then turn rogue.
Well, here's the deal. You said your favorite superhero, so it's my turn.
Yeah.
The Flash.
It's fair.
See, I loved Barry Allen before CW came out with the TV show.
Gotcha.
He was always my favorite superhero. Super cool. I know about all of his like different timelines and like the different spin-offs of like when he went back in time and saved Bruce Wayne's parents.
Yep. Flashpoint Paradox. Absolutely.
It's super cool, and I think all those are really cool. I'm a big Flash guy.
Question: do you like the CW show? Because what I've heard, before you answer, what I've heard is people that liked the Flash before that weren't crazy about that. Like on Netflix, the Flash show. Do you like it, or?
I have seen almost all of it. I don't think I'm like the most common episode. I like the beginnings because I think he did a really good job of setting him up as a person and a character, kind of like a Spider-Man type scenario where you didn't really know he's just a regular guy and all of a sudden, bang.
But see, now we've had 3 Spider-Mans and we know all about each of them. But
exactly.
Keep going, sorry.
So then, the later the seasons got with Flash, it kind of turned into something else, and then they had like these crossover episodes with all these other CWs, and it's just like, I can't follow this anymore.
Because you only watched The Flash. You didn't watch Supergirl or
the Green Arrow.
Yeah, Arrow's good. I won't lie. Arrow's good.
I've seen it. Oliver Queen, cool guy.
Yep.
Good storyline, good story arc. But I hadn't watched any of those. I think if I would have maybe started with Arrow, and then went to Flash, and then to Supergirl,
maybe would have appreciated it more.
I would have, because there's definitely like these humps that they all went through.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, now they're way better.
No.
And see, like I'm gonna just say I like Arrow. I like the show, and why I feel like I really like it is because I feel like I could be the Green Arrow if I just needed to be on a cruise ship. It sank. I was stranded at an island for a couple of years, and I just did nothing but do push-ups, pull-ups, and then just practice my archery. Anybody could be the Arrow. You know what I mean?
Well,
I feel like
you missed a couple key elements.
Well, but for our listeners, we got the gist of it, though.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
Then I just need my father to give me a list of people that have done him wrong.
Vigilante time. It's Batman.
And there it is.
Done. There you go.
I kind of feel like I made a mistake, though.
With the Flash?
No.
Oh.
With choosing Rick and Morty.
That's fair.
Your guys' universes are way cooler.
Well, I didn't choose one.
Technically. Star Wars.
No, I didn't. I said if I could be a Jedi, that would be it. But if I don't get to choose, Gundam Wing.
You would choose something else?
Yeah, Gundam Wing.
Gundam Wing.
Yeah, nobody really knows much about it. But
oh, absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's
With
like,
Hero?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Hero. Troll was my man.
Troll?
I loved it.
Nice.
Heavy Arms. Give me that
I
guy.
actually watched it again in the summer, maybe 2-3 years ago. It's been a while since I watched it again.
It's an anime.
Oh, yeah.
It's on, do you remember like Toonami on Cartoon Network? Yeah, it's Toonami. It was on after Dragon Ball Z.
It was about 1998-ish.
Something like
is
that.
Probably when it was on. 1998. There was only one season, but it's got about 50 episodes, and then they did come out with the movie.
Endless Waltz.
Endless Waltz.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I have it. It's great.
That's cool.
But yeah, so I would do that. That would be my universe.
Well, I would switch my universe.
What do you want to switch to?
Superheroes.
Avatar.
The Last Airbender?
The blue people Avatar.
The Na'vi.
Oh.
The Na'vi.
That's what they're called. Do you get to ride Taruk Makto?
Yeah.
Gosh, you're so
the one that never has to worry about looking up.
Yep, that one. Taruk Makto.
great. James Cameron did such a wonderful job.
It's a great movie.
Even
though it was Dancing with Wolves on a different planet.
Yeah.
It was so great.
And they love each other. Yeah. I think everyone should love each other. L-E-E-L-E. Everyone love everyone.
Done. Czeck. But it would be a crazy universe. And those people are Navi are cool people.
They are.
And they get to ride True Mukto. Well, the one does.
That would be me, though.
That would be you. You have to.
Confident that would be.
Since you said Avatar, all I'm thinking about is Avatar: The Last Airbender. Did either of you guys watch that?
No, I didn't watch it.
I've seen every episode more than 3 times.
Really? On Nickelodeon, just watched them, or have you watched it on Netflix and it's been on Netflix?
Well, so I watched it when it came out when I was in middle school.
Nice.
And then I legally pirated them. And I have all of them. And then I watched it when it came on Netflix in about 48 hours.
Yeah, it took me about a weekend. Yeah. That was it.
Have you seen, like, Korra?
Yeah, Legend of Korra. Not even close to as good, I don't think.
Not even as good, but I do enjoy that they, like, showed some of those aftermath parts.
Yep.
About, like, all, like, the 4 nations and how, like, they came back and about the
Made
Avatar
Republic City. And yeah. What element would you bend if you had the choice?
Oh, gosh. It sucks, because I would definitely be the Avatar. But if I wasn't, all right, I want to choose water, but I would probably pick air because it's always there.
See, that's where, so I had a debate with one of my students about this. Like, he was like, well, I'd want earth, and I was like, okay, fine. Classic, dude wants to bend earth, whatever. But yes, you're right about the air always being around you. I thought that the ultimate cheat code was the firebenders because they didn't need fire around them to bend it. It just, they just could create it from their fists and stuff. And so in the cartoon, that's what I thought was unfair. Did you ever see The Last Airbender, the movie?
Correct.
You did see that. Remember the change that he made was they had to launch those rocks with fire into battle so they could take the fire from there.
Yeah.
That was kind of a good change. I liked that about the movie. But anyways,
well, I think that one of the things that they did, like in the show at least, is that they kind of explained that they had like the internal fire from the dragons.
Yep.
And if you learned from the dragons, then you could take fire make it from anything.
There you go.
And if you didn't learn from the dragons, then you needed to take it from a source.
Dragons are the best.
But
they're the original firebenders.
Sure.
Do you remember who the original earthbenders are?
It's the moles.
The moles.
A mole. I've never seen
They're
this.
They're blind.
And then who did the airbenders learn from?
The airbenders learned from the lemurs.
No.
Sky bison?
Sky bison. Appa. Yep.
It's an interesting
thing.
And then
the water?
Easy. Everyone knows this. No.
No idea.
The moon.
The moon?
Gravitational pull.
Logic.
The push and pull.
The tides.
Yin and yang.
Realistic.
If you didn't know that, students, the reason why we have tides on Earth is because of the gravitational pull of the moon. Or something of that nature.
And that's just education.
That's just education.
And that is also how you become a waterbender, is you push and pull with the moon. The waves, the tide.
When they got into like the blood bending and like the metal bending and like those parts, that's when I was like, oh gosh, this gets frightening.
Yeah, it was kind of scary. The blood bending episode in the original The Last Airbender is
terrifying.
Scary, yeah.
That's like one of the first ever Halloween episodes of something.
Yep, on Nickelodeon, yep.
Yeah, it released like during the Halloween season.
Yep.
And the premise is that there's water in your blood.
Yep.
And you can control the water because you're a waterbender and you can bend their body movements.
Oof.
By bending their blood in their veins. And
Animated
it's terrifying.
Yeah, you're animating them essentially.
Yeah, reanimate the dead.
Yep, that's not cool. Scary stuff. If I don't know anything about airbending or The Last Airbender or any of it, but if I had to choose an element, I would have to take fire because I'd have to go back to my Pokemon roots. And Charizard was always my man. Charmander.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cyndaquil?
Cyndaquil, okay. Yeah, well, obviously, Cyndaquil is the best in the second one. The second generation. Gen? First gen, Charizard.
Yeah.
Give me fire all day, though.
Charmander. No, that's cool. Oh, and, firebenders can also bend lightning.
Ooh, yeah.
Super powerful. You can...
Just because lightning's so hot, he's looking at us a little confused.
Yeah, I get cool because I'm trying to figure out, isn't lightning just ozone? I don't remember what lightning Yes.
Well, lightning strikes the earth, and so they
Creates
take
fire.
it in, they put it in their belly, and then they shoot it out the other hand. But if you have a weekend, that's probably all you need because it's, what was it, 20 episodes, 3 seasons, 60 episodes. I'm no math teacher, but 20 minutes, 60 episodes.
Okay.
I mean, I'm looking at, do the math for me because I'm not a math teacher.
I wish that I was a math teacher.
20 episodes at 20 minutes?
You're looking at 1,800 minutes?
You're 1,000, 1,200 minutes.
1,200 minutes, okay.
Total.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
That's only 20 hours.
I got that.
You don't even have to sleep.
Yeah,
you could just crank that out in one weekend. I honestly feel like it's worth the watch. But a student of mine, he made the mistake of watching The Legend of Korra first, and that ruined it for him because in Korra they have the metal bending and the blood bending.
Yeah.
But in Avatar, those were more special. Like the blood benders were 1 in a million.
Gotcha.
The metal benders, there was only one.
She was blind.
And she was blind.
Interesting.
Not even a spoiler.
Tell you what, you come over, Mr. Czeck and Mr. Cummings, if you want, to watch Gundam Wing. Watch Gundam Wing, and then we can all watch Airbender.
I'll definitely watch Gundam Wing. I'll rewatch that for sure.
I love it.
Oh, any day of the week.
Yes.
So
now we got to set it up. Now this has to happen. Which is a problem because I really like playing Warzone.
Can we just watch the movie of the one you liked?
They actually do a pretty good job of explaining it in the beginning. But
it's a good overall, for sure. You get the overall premise in the movie. Mm-hmm. So, but it's still not as cool. But it is a good movie.
Right,
there. I see how it's...
I'm sure that there's some shady websites that you can go on and watch them.
I have the DVDs. So.
I'm not worried. I own it.
I own the DVDs, and I have the movie on my computer.
Nice. Was that also legally pirated?
Yes, the movie was.
I legally pirated.
That's right. Well, we went in way farther depth than I thought we were going to on some of this stuff, and that's great. That's what I want the Hawkcast to be about on certain things, so for sure. We went into superheroes. What else did we cover? A couple random would you rathers about food being the obvious choice. Baseball songs. I feel like I've learned about you guys now with music that you've chosen with Hipstoma and Latin music and then EDM.
There it is.
It's good stuff. So that'll do it for this week's episode of the Hawkcast. Stay tuned next week when we're going to be answering a few more ridiculous questions, and then we'll be talking with Mr. Cummings again and Mr. Hutchinson, hopefully, about the upcoming basketball season in the program. So we're excited to have them and glad that they're our coaches, and it should be a great episode as well. So see ya.
Thanks again for having us.